Hi everyone, I can't believe we're on the last row of our advent calendar. I've enjoyed myself so much and let's make the most of these last four. So what's behind the door today? Ah, a gingerbread house. So our little gingerbread man has got somewhere to live. Grab your paints and let's get started. When painting the gingerbread man the other day, I was reminded just how much I wanted to paint a gingerbread house. So our gingerbread person has now got a home for Christmas. What a wonderful tale of Christmas spirit. So I'm going to draw a gingerbread house, and I'm going to salivate over the thought of eating it, and then I will probably after this go out and demand the ant and I go find some kind of gingerbread house to either eat or make. I know you can get kits to make your own. So yeah. And it's funny because I'm not even that crazy about gingerbread. But something about Christmas, isn't it, that just brings it out of people. So anyway, let's talk about what I'm doing. The house, I've got the angles just a little bit sort of cartoonish, so they're angling out. And I'm just drawing in. I've got windows, I've got a door, and we're going to have a few sort of jelly tots and maybe a jelly tot path. That'll do. Nice. And then we're going to have a roof where we're going to have lovely snowy icing. We need a chimney, of course. Otherwise, where does Father Christmas go to get in the house? And that's all we need probably for our drawing. And then we can just have lots of fun with the painting. I mean, if you want, I guess with the gingerbread man, I did draw in all the little icing sections, so let's do that. Let's give him some squiggles. Lovely. Quick rub out. Gosh, I can't believe we're on the bottom rung of our calendar already. Okay, so I'm going to mix up that same colour we used for the gingerbread man. Combination. It's funny, I feel like I'm sort of actually creating the recipe with the colours we've got. We've got sort of like cinnamon, spice and nutmeg and things. So some cadmium orange, some yellow ochre and some burnt sienna, and also some cadmium red was in there as well. Lovely, so we've got those ready. And yes, we'll paint in the bulk of the actual gingerbread house first. So you want to use a small brush, but this is not my smallest, this is my size 0, because I want to also be able to get around this area quite speedily. So that I can get it done in a smooth wash. So it's time for some fun detail, and I'm going to do a few things. Obviously we've got our candy canes, which this time I'm going to do them red and green. So let's get some Hooker's green, which feels like a really nice fresh, bright, sort of celebratory Christmassy green, and I'm going to do a thinner line. That's fun, isn't it? Right. Now I'm going to paint in, we've got some sweets on our house, so I'm going to do a little swirl, if I can keep my hand steady enough. That's nice. And I think these ones here, I'm going to just sort of paint around the edges. With the Hooker's green. So I'm trying to keep my colour palette fairly classic. And then my little jelly tots, I'll have red and green ones as well. And then for the windows, what I want to do is I want to make it sort of look as if I used boiled sweets or like mints to use the windows. So I'm going to carefully paint in a little arch, so we've got an icing outline. And I'm going to clean my brush off, just use the wet brush and just sort of bleed in what we've got there. And I'm going to do the same with the door, the little windows I've got in the door. I drew them a little wonkily, so I'm just going to paint them in a bit more even. Well, that didn't really end up more even at all, did it? There we go. And then green for the other jelly tots. And then we need to think about our snow and how we create that. So right back on day 2 when I painted the snowman, we had a go at this, and it's a case of getting a sort of bluey shadowy colour. I find sometimes Prussian blue can go a bit green when it's added to brown, but we just want, there we go, that's quite nice. And I'm going to sort of use a sort of wobbly outline to just pick up where the snow sort of hits the light or the shadow. And this is being done with sort of a quite wet snow. We're going to pick up a slightly more sort of concentrated snow. There we go, just have a little bit of that coming out there. That's looking very nice. Yeah, so I'm going to now let that dry and use a more concentrated version of that shadow to just get some little bit more detail going. So here I've mixed up that slightly stronger snow, and it's basically shadow mix, isn't it? And I'm just looking for things to edge also, maybe a little bit just underneath there. And I haven't painted the door yet, so let's see, what colour shall I paint the door? Well, I think because we've got quite a lot of red and the house is in a reddy colour, I'm going to do some green stripes. It's nice, yeah, so we'll incorporate that into some sort of green planks, I guess. So gingerbread is something that I seem to be very into as I paint this, but today I want to know, what is your favourite Christmas treat? Like, we're talking sweet things, because there's actually quite a lot of complex flavours around at Christmas, and things like mince pies and mulled wine and quite a few flavours that we're not actually that keen on the rest of the year, but we sort of make ourselves like them at Christmas. So tell me what your favourite thing is, because I really want to know that. I'm actually, now I think about it, personally more of a savoury person, because I love like a good cheese board. That's probably my favourite thing at Christmas. And I had to go dairy free for quite a lot of the last few years because of like trying out to help my eczema and things like that, and so I'm particularly excited that I don't have to do that anymore. Anyway, there we go. There is a lovely simple gingerbread house, because that's the whole point of these. They're not meant to take too long, but you know, you could, if you're really enjoying it, feel free to add more detail and fun. I'm just absolutely loving these, so I can't wait for the last 3, but I'm also a little bit sad we've only got 3 left. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.